trouble. So Stanton Barrett right here at the tri-oval area. 3 cars involved. There's Stanton Barrett's car, badly damaged in the front end. Now most drivers are...
Path for Jarrett on the outside.
Oh, trouble!
Rudd in the wall, hard. Schrader in the wall, hard. Jarrett the winner. Gordon second. And Rudd on his roof for the second time in the Bud shootout. Reminiscent of 1984 when his car tumbled in the air. 1985, Greg Sachs won the July 400 miler.
Oh, trouble!
Off turn 4, Michael Waltrip goes spinning in front of the pack, and here they come.
4 cars spinning. John Andretti, Kenny Wallace, 9 cars. Stacy Compton goes down pit road. Elliott Sadler gets caught up in it.
The right side of your screen.
Oh,
Wham.
you can see the right front just blew out and straight up into the wall.
Got rear-ended in the process. There you see Gordon sliding on the apron of the racetrack.
And Dale Jarrett just did get through the middle part of that wreck.
Matter of fact, there you see Chad Little, the 97, just does get a little... Oh, Kyle Petty saying, Darrell coming through. And
Oh, boy.
Jerry Nadeau, caution on the speedway. The Michael Holligan's machine.
You see Dallenbach come off the corner, just go around, and you're not going to believe how close this 93 car comes to him. Watch this.
Oh, I believe he did brush the wall, but boy, it could have been a lot worse.
Wow. Stewart up on the outside, just gets the car up in that loose stuff, and around he goes. Now he comes back in the wall, but there's a lot of traffic coming, folks. A lot of traffic, and we're going to see Robert Presley in the 77 car somewhere right here. He's going to run into the right side of Tony Stewart's car.
There are Compton and Rusty Wallace going by on the high side, and Presley.
Turn 1 at the end of 1 lap.
Looks like the car number 1 of Steve Park got into Sterling Marlin as they went into turn 1, and it just caused a chain reaction behind them.
See Schrader's car spinning the left side of your screen. There's Terry Labonte getting involved in it. Little different angle. Turn 2. There's Earnhardt Jr.'s car. Just gets sideways.
Like it was a little bit low coming off of that corner, and the back end got loose on him, and down to the inside he went.
And there's a lot, you're right, there's a lot of damage to the front of that car. Goes in the corner, just gets in the left rear of Elliott Sadler, spins him around. Up the racetrack he goes now. Joe Nemechek gets into Dale Earnhardt Jr. and spins him around. And there you see the contact with the outside retaining wall. You see the leader, Steve Park. He quickly goes to the inside. All the other cars going down on the apron of the racetrack. And here we see Bobby Labonte, Ned, as you're talking about, get in the back of Dale Earnhardt.
Shot Earnhardt right up the bank. Don't think he did.
Back. Watch Earnhardt. There we see the car coming off the wall. Earnhardt tries to go on the apron, and they meet at the apron of the racetrack. Jeremy Mayfield, Jeff Gordon all go to the inside. Earnhardt's car, luckily for himself and everyone else, stayed up.
Listen to what they changed. They put 3 right rear springs in.
Oh, we got a spin, Jerry.
Right in front of the leaders. They can go that long without a caution or not.
Martin goes in the corner behind Robbie Gordon, but Robbie just loses control going down in the corner, nails the gas, tried to keep it off the wall, and almost succeeded. Sideways when he had to steer the thing back to the right. There we see Nemechek, the Oakwood Homes, and right there you see when he has to turn it back to the right, it just turns right to Rick. That is hard contact. And Stacy Compton just barely got by.
Hard contact.
It looks like that John Andretti right there gets in the back of Blaney going in down in turn 1. Now they both spin. Cars go by, and here comes the 41 of Rick Mast, and man, that was hard.
Lifted the car off all 4 wheels there for a moment.
Got a lot of pressure right now, Steve Park, and these guys.
Oh, he hits him and turns him around. Caution is out, and everyone else will drive through that smoke screen to the caution flag as Steve Park. Dave Blaney loose, everybody checks up, and it's Nadeau who goes around off Gordon's bumper.
Right behind Gordon was, and there's Bill Elliott. He's the one, buddy, that got up on top of Gordon.
Right on top. They're going down through there on 2 wheels. As a matter of fact, Bill Elliott very lucky not to get.
Oh, Marlin got squeezed up and right in
Yeah.
to Sadler, and then Sadler had trouble getting going to speed.
And we had talked about it before the race started. Anybody got in the grass today was going to be in trouble, Ned.
Yes.
Marlin
it is so
now,
wet in there.
Marlin's now lost a lap.
Slid down there on the end of that stuff. Now he's getting a little bit of help from the safety workers to push him out.
Ow! You could hear the RPMs that really get up there as the back started around on Benson's car.
Turn 2.
Up there by himself. And the back end just goes out from under him and hits hard into the outside retaining wall. There's he slides on around down across the racetrack. Cars going by.
Ned, you would think maybe a tire went flat, but you could.
Okay, see, there's DJ on the outside of the 4 car, and still think they got together.
I'm not sure Ricky Rudd touched him.
I don't think so.
No,
either.
it didn't look
Not
like
from
it.
that angle. It wasn't apparent.
Okay, he's going into the turn, buddy, all by himself.
You could see it wiggle just a little bit getting in there. Now it turned around. Watch it hit on the left side of that race car very hard in the wall. Now here's where he was lucky. Everybody goes by without contact.
Right in the back, we see that Pruitt runs up behind Darrell Waltrip, and Spencer runs in the back of him, spins him around, and then the 2 cars kind of get hooked together and can't come apart.
Off of corner number 4. There's the spin. Kenseth
Goes around, and I guess that the Nemechek car is going to run into the left rear. Rather, we see the contact right there in the smoke between the 33.
Let's see if we can figure out what happened here.
He gets hit from behind by Mike Skinner, basically right in front of Jeff Burton and Jerry Nadeau.
in 33rd position, and Kyle Petty slams against the wall.
And pretty hard contact with that outside retaining wall, too.
Why the 10th caution is currently waving.
There we see contact between Jimmy Spencer and Tony Stewart, I believe.
Looks like it.
Okay, Ricky hits the 10 car. Then DJ just barely hits the 28 and comes to a stop, knocks him back the other way. And
watch the 32 car, the tied car. Now, he hits the right front. He does all the damage to the right front of Rudd's car.
Talladega, at Martinsville, Jerry Baxter has taken over duties from Fred Graves.
And he did not hit the outside retaining corner. The yellow car, some contact with Sterling Marlin, and around goes Park. Car right in the middle of the screen.
Oh no! We have a problem. And it's the crash that we had hoped would not happen. And look at the mess right here at the start-finish line. Too numerous to count.
I mean, there's just nowhere to go.
Looked like that again. He was hit, but maybe just the air off his spoiler.
Just comes off the corner. We saw that several times yesterday in the Busch race. And watch that ultimate. Oh, it just gets crumpled up like wadding up paper. Watch Kenny Wallace, that Square D car. He just turns left and motors down pit road.
And
there's Dick Trickle, the Power Team Chevrolet, just gets loose behind John Andretti, goes up and bam in that wall hard.
Jeffrey Bodine scheduled to, well, a big pack of cars back here battle for position. Ooh.
I started to say that Jimmy Spencer looked like he wanted to make the 3 wide there going into that corner.
Bodine coming off the corner right in front of Johnny Benson. He comes off the corner, and all of a sudden we see the right front tire just bam. The air goes out from under it, and Benson has no place to go but right in the rear of Todd Bodine.
And there is sheet metal damage on the front of Benson's car.
But Rusty was on the outside. He held that lead. They had Nemechek in the middle. Oh! Ronnie Gordon hard in that outside.
Behind you. 13 is in the fence. Caution yet. Keep coming.
Spinning coming off. And we see nothing's damaged, but there he goes in the wall. It is the left rear tire that's flat that caused the spin. John?
Dale Earnhardt
around and smacked the wall. Here we see coming off the contact between the 27 and the 42 just drove the Irwin directly in that outside retaining wall.
Here it is.
Just a very lazy spin. I don't know. And there is some contact, not a lot, but some contact with that outside retaining wall.
75 is Dallenbach, 15 or 14 rather is Mast.
A lot of contact there. Chad Little went up, hit the outside wall, and then careened into the inside wall.
16 laps.
Eli, you can really see it well there. That's the best replay. Mike Skinner completely out of control on the inside of Elliott Sadler. He lost it back. He had no steering whatsoever. All of a sudden it just...
Machine backsliding right there.
John Andretti was just in the middle of it. No place to go. Tagged the wall hard.
Jerry Nadeau just barely missed the cars as they went up towards the top part of the racetrack.
Well, they've got a big problem with the vibration on this car.
Trouble. Gordon, Park, Dale Earnhardt. Elliott somehow gets through. Here comes others all getting collected up. And there goes Dale Jr. And Ralph, did he ever stop or he just crank it up and keep going? 7th place. Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart hit him. Tony Stewart hit Mark Martin, who then collects Ward Burton off the wall. Tony was looking and looking and looking, and he took out Mark Martin, who then collected Ward Burton.
He almost lost it. What a great job of driving on the part of Mark Martin to hang on to that thing.
And the caution out on the 5th lap. One more look.
I'm not sure he didn't get a little help there.
I'm not sure if Mr. Bliss might not have nudged things along just a tad.
And I know Dave Blaney in the 93 going by on the high side. Please.
28th, as you see Mike Skinner. Rusty, and around goes Rusty. Around goes Rusty in the corner. Caution on the speedway.
Hit nothing.
Oh, he and Mike Skinner got together on big time down the back straightaway there.
See what happened with old Sterling there.
Okay, that's Sterling Marlin right there.
Wonder if Kyle might have nudged him a little bit there. Kyle Petty driving the 43. Close quarters racing. If there was any...
Sterling Marlin just on the inside of him as they go in the tunnel turn. Contact right there. You see Sterling turn to the left and back to the right. He misses the real contact, but he set this off by touching the back of Wally Dallenbach getting in the corner.
And then unrelated to that, Dave Blaney and Kenny Irwin. Kenny was just put a lap down by... and around goes Spencer. Caution is on the speedway.
Stop car. Wow.
I'll tell you, that grass is full of rain. He's just hydroplaning across there.
As he comes through the corner. Wow. Something broke. Yeah. Something in the steering or...
Well, here he comes into the turn behind Elliott Sadler. Boy, that thing, the back end just goes around. Looked like it was braking a little heavy coming in there, and the back end just got out from under him. And
the 22 and the 77 both lock up the right front, and there Jeff Gordon gets in the rear of the 77, and Simo spins at the same time. That was synchronized spinning, Bob.
Yes. Pruitt as they head for the hill once again, and Stewart is right alongside him, and Pruitt has to hit the brakes.
And Tony goes around, and Burton gets back in front. Here goes Gordon trying to take the lead.
Here's a replay, but anyway, Jeremy Mayfield got a penalty as we watch this.
See, Steve Park got in the corner and just locked up the right front tire trying to slow down.
Okay, there's Terry going around. He makes contact with the 7 car there, Waltrip. Now, what triggered that, I'm not sure.
There were some reports there was oil on the track, and there's Mayfield, pow, right into Waltrip. Trying to run through the smoke.
Kevin Hamlin is the crew chief for Dale Earnhardt.
Oh, trouble! In the wall is Elliott hard. Bill Elliott hard as they went 3 wide. Ricky Rudd, I think, collects, or check that, Stacy Compton collects him, and Elliott's car, one of the fastest 3 here, is demolished.
Watch it again. Up there they are together. Look like they're going for the same piece of real estate from that angle.
Oh man.
Can't hit it much harder than that, and that's right at the part of the racetrack where both of them are trying to, as you said, get the same piece of real estate. Did not work out.
Next weekend, while the NASCAR Busch Series and the Craftsman trucks go to Nazareth, Pennsylvania, Mike Skinner brings out the caution flag.
Compton
3 don't fit in that place up there. You can see Mike
No, they
Cliff
don't.
going round there. Very lucky that nobody else got involved.
No, they don't. As a matter of fact, I don't know that I've ever seen anybody successfully race 3 wide off that corner.
Well, Martin on the inside of Michael Waltrip. Mike Skinner right behind, and just to go in the corner, Skinner gets in the back of Mark Martin, and boom, in the wall goes Mark. And here's Jeff Gordon making some contact with Rick Mast as he go down in turn 1. And Mast does not look like he hits the wall. The right front tire goes flat for some reason. Wow, and back in the wall for some reason. Going in turn 3, the right front tire.
There's significant damage to it.
And Earnhardt
is into the styrofoam coming out of the inner loop. Oh, and Sterling Marlin spins off of corner number 11 and creates a bottleneck behind it, but everybody, it looks like, survived. And oh, there's Earnhardt Jr.
Just goes around, backs her in the fence, and brings, I guess, most of the damage is to the right rear.
Alongside
Kenny Wallace. And it looks like he just got too high coming through the carousel. And here's exactly where Rusty Wallace crashed yesterday, where Dale Earnhardt Jr. wrecked yesterday. Boom, right there.
Jerry is in the Ricky Rudd pit. Tom Hubert able to drive away the Mobil 1 Ford after this impact with the styrofoam. Again, this is in turn number 9 that we've seen a lot of crashes this weekend. Take a look at what happened up in the 3rd turn.
Looked like it was up on the outside. Couldn't tell how close another car was when it first started, but it was up in the very high groove.
And Earnhardt is as high on the racetrack as you can run without getting... Oh, we have a crash! Tom Stewart spins right in the path of Jeff Gordon.
Yep, looks like it sounded like that right front tire went down as he got in the turn between 1 and 2. Rides that wall all the way off of turn 2.
And about right now, he takes a breath because both of you hit it hard. Comes off the corner, the car gets sideways, but he turns it back and corrects the car, and it comes back across and goes straight up into the wall as the right window blows out.
And right behind him, Dale Earnhardt Jr. also spun. There's Jr. down to the grass.
Check this out. I guess DW didn't realize he was there. He comes down, they make contact, and Darrell backs the fence, and Mark continues on.
Into turn 1, and let's see, looks like, well, I don't know if there's any contact or not. It was really hard to tell, but neither of them hit anything.
Jeff Burton goes down below in the end. Watch the 31 behind him. As 18 goes beneath Earnhardt.
And the 31 comes in and hits the 18, spins him around.
26, Presley the 77. Bumper to bumper. Rudd right behind him. He's the last car on the lead lap. He makes it by. Gordon gets by. The damage is done, and the caution flag waves.
And those cars did not hit anything. Let's see if we can see what happens.
Well, he and Scott Pruitt go up the wall, up the banking together. Wally Dallenbach in the car number 75 also spins into Pruitt. And look at that car come down across the racetrack, burning.
Side, they touch, and around goes Musgrave, and Earnhardt Jr. just barely squeezes by, and Dale Earnhardt in a 3 car goes by on the outside. Musgrave did, in fact,
a lap down.
Oh, contact, and around goes Jr.
Stay high, you got it cleared.
Bobby Labonte comes by.
No caution yet, no caution yet. There it is.
Caution is out.
Get back one of his laps. Here comes Hamilton. There's the 12th car of Mayfield, and boom. Tough night for Bobby Hamilton. Let's talk to him, Bill Weber.
After the green fell.
Goes in the corner, and there we see the contact between Ward Burton, the 22 car, And Johnny Benson. Benson stands on the gas, tries to keep that car off the wall, but Kenny Wallace goes up. I don't know if there was contact with Wallace or not. Wow. I tell you what, John Andretti did something that's so easy to do. I think you run awfully high up in the corner between 1 and 2, right against the wall, but then you got to start bringing it down. If you don't, you get that loose stuff, that rubber up there, the debris. Turn number 1. There's some contact between David Green in the 99 and the 60, but I think the contact happened after Jeffrey Bodine had lost control, Ned.
Yes.
Just at the very top.
He was on the inside of Hut Strickland there, I believe, and they got together coming off the corner. Earnhardt gets by. In fact, everybody else does as well.
Only 2 cars involved in that crash. You're right, Spencer just came off. Comes off the corner. And Dave Marcus just gets in the right rear corner and turns him in the wall, and he hits the 27 car.
See, does Mark get through there? Yeah, he does. Just squeeze through there.
And so does Jarrett.
Mark gets it. Let's watch and listen from our speed shot.
We made a little contact and the thing got sideways on me. It's my fault. I just hate it for the guys. We've had so many mechanical problems. We've been able to avoid the wrecks.
Well, there was a little contact there from the 43 on the 60 and shot the 60 up into the 21.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like, Ned. And both those cars, I don't know that the 60 car hit that hard. Let's see if we can see there. We see where they rubbed. We saw the smoke. Now the 33 goes down in the corner. And watch this. The car just snapped around. The left rear tire is flat.
Yep.
Yes.
See it go flat.
Boy, John Kernan was right on top of that, knowing what happened there.
Yes, he was. Attaboy, John. Oh, Spencer. Whoa. Spencer just gets... Oh, the 93 car was trying to go under the 26 car.
Yep. So he was the victim of circumstances there.
Uh-huh. He cut the right rear tire on Blaney's car down.
To the tide ride, sideways there already.
Oh.
Man, you saw Earnhardt Jr. was right behind him.
Together, everybody tight. Stacy Compton gets sideways, and that starts it.
Michael Waltrip, good driving to get through all of that.
And Mayfield today, the big guns have stayed out.
He got touched there by Dale Earnhardt Jr. Yes.
Sure did. The replay showed what happened there. Dale Earnhardt Jr. At the other end.
Kenny Schrader.
Oh, yeah.
Schrader shoves him out of the way.
Oh,
and there with Skinner coming up. That's what happened.
Yep.
So
Steve Park was in the throttle just as hard as he could go, and he just got right into.
There's Nadeau in the 25, 43 Andretti.
Mark Martin.
They all kind of checked up at different speeds.
There goes Gordon sideways down into the grass. Rick Mast in a green car there makes contact with the outside wall.
And then Earnhardt Jr. just piled in.
Here's what it looked like to him. Just 3 laps later, Jeff Burton and Mike Bliss went for the same real estate. Bliss comes out the loser. Then just a handful of laps later, lap number 11, Scott Pruitt goes to the spin. Then it was Dale Jarrett and Ward Burton, lap number 26, as Ward Burton's in again. This spin by Kevin LePage and the subsequent fire from the FamilyClick.com car. LePage has already climbed from his Ford Taurus. He is okay. But, Buddy, you have to go out the other way.
You have to go out the right side because he's right up against the retaining wall there. No way to get out on the driver's side. He was thinking very clearly. You can see him running.
185, Jeff Burton. Lap 253, Jerry Nadeau. It has been a problem-filled afternoon as we are back with you.
He's right on the 36 car right behind Compton. Gets in the back of him. He tries to save it, but he can't. He nails the gas, does a 360, and just touches the wall there at the end.
Is out of the car. He scampers the and
Boy, he hit that hard, didn't he?
here is the replay.
And it looks like the 97 of Kurt Busch got into the left rear quarter panel of the car number 50 of.
Oh, Blaney dived in there. And the 12 car gets in the back of him. He nailed it, and we got a mess.
Keep going. Get her going. Get her fired up.
Looks like Mike Skinner, car number 31, comes up, gives him a tap, and around he goes. He hits the gas.
Wow.
Everybody has to slow down. Skinner gets by him. Let's see. That's...
There's Presley, Wallace, and Jarrett just ahead.
Rusty got in the left rear corner there just enough to turn Jarrett. Certainly didn't mean to, but the contact was made. You see Robert Presley on the high side there, going by on the outside. Contact by Gordon.
And the 36 car, by the way. Oh, we got it right. Tommy Hamilton in the inside wall. Jeff Gordon down pit road. Mark Martin looped it around. The 94 car of Bill Elliott makes it by.
Terry's inside of Rick Mast.
The back end of the car just starts around right there. Kurt Busch on the brakes really hard in that green car, and Terry spins right off turn 2, right into the inside wall.
Don't know if Kurt might have been involved, whether the air came off the rear spoiler, what happened. This tangle up in turns 3 and 4, Sterling Marlin and Kevin LePage.
You can see right there Sterling's car brakes sideways as they go in. He takes the 16 of Kevin LePage, and they had major contact there going into turn 3.
3 wide is not advisable here at Phoenix, not in Winston Cup stock cars anyway.
So caution number 1, lap number 36, the yellow flies here in the desert Southwest.
Boy, he just got up on the high side and off he went. Kenseth right with him.
Kenseth goes straight in the wall there. It was like some fluid was on the racetrack, and Kenseth just got in it and went straight up into the wall there.
They were on board with Ricky Rudd.
Oh, I mean, the bottom looked clear, didn't it? And then all of a sudden it wasn't clear anymore.
Here's what Rick Mast saw. Let's see how this whole...
And here Pruitt loses the back of the car. I guess he just barely touched the 96 as he was trying to correct the car, turn it back to the right, and just barely touched Houston. So to see the cars coming off the corner, going in turn 3 and behind, all of a sudden someone makes contact, and Ward Burton just goes around and around, and all the traffic behind him had no place to go. There's Bliss going down on the inside wall. Stacey Compton. Oh, he's going to run right in front of the...
There it is in replay.
Well, it was down on the inside of the racetrack, and it looks like it just broke loose with him. Whether a tire went down or what happened, hard to tell if that right rear tire is flat or not, Benny.
Yeah, he has been running awfully high on the racetrack, and that time he was low on the racetrack, like he decided to try a different line or something. I'm not entirely sure what he was doing down there, but I see when he gets down to the apron, he backs off the brakes.
He was trying to go all the way, but he was going backwards.
Look at all these cars trying to get a lap.
Whoa, and Dallenbach gets hit from behind and spins, does a nice 360 and keeps going.
That is unbelievable.
How about that?
Now the tire's up there. The left rear tire is up. And watch Earnhardt go by on this car on the inside. Watch this. Oh, that was Rusty. I'm sorry. It's Rusty. I thought it was Earnhardt.